Wednesday night, January 8th. It's FloWrestling Night in America, and this might be the biggest one of the entire season. Number 2, Bishop McCort, taking on number 4, Wyoming Seminary, for a dual meet that's going to have implications for the number 1 spot in the country in all of high school wrestling. Now, you might say, number 4 versus number 2, how is that for the number 1 spot? Well, the number 1 spot won't be determined on Wednesday night, but it's going to have a big impact. At Ironman, Bishop McCort was second. They actually beat Wyoming Seminary in that tournament. It was Faith Christian, though, that won it. And when Faith Christian won, they became the number 1 team in the country. Guess what? Wyoming Seminary dueled them the week later, and Sem won. They regained the number 1 spot in the country, but Wyoming Sem fell to number 4 after a performance at Powerade, and they got beat by Bishop McCort again. McCort won Powerade. So this dual meet between Bishop McCort and Wyoming Seminary is essentially for the number 2 spot in the country, but don't forget, the season's not over. Wyoming Sem, they're going to go compete at National Preps, where they're going to run into Lake Highland Prep. Really, really tough teams there. And then Bishop McCort's going to go into a PIAA postseason, where they're going to compete head-to-head against Faith Christian Academy. So if Wyoming Sem wins tomorrow, that moves them back up to probably the top or the number 2 spot in the country. If McCort wins, they put themselves in position to try to take over number 1 from Faith Christian in the Pennsylvania postseason. We just found out that this dual meet between Bishop McCort and Wyoming Sem is a little more interesting. Bishop McCort is going to bump a couple of their key wrestlers down in weight. We're going to see Jax Forrest, who's been competing all year at 132. He's ranked first in the country at that weight. He's going to be down at 126. That allows Sam Herring to move down to 132 for a match between him and Matthew Botello, who's really, really tough. This also allows them, Bishop McCort, to get Owen McMullen into the lineup. McMullen hasn't been competing this year due to injury, and now he's back and in the lineup. So the rosters are really interesting. High school dual meets are super fun because coaches get creative. You see guys get bumped around in the lineup, and these coaches are going to do everything they can to win this dual meet. Obviously, some massive stars are going to be in the lineup for both teams. Number 1, Jude Correa for Wyoming Seminary. That guy is a beast. He's unstoppable. He pins almost anybody. They're going to be looking for bonus points from him. But Bishop McCort has 2 number 1s of their own. They've got Bo Bassett, 144 pounds. Jax Forrest, number 1 at 132. He's down at 126. This is insane. You do not want to miss it. I can't wait. Don't miss FloWrestling Night in America, Wednesday, January 8th, Wyoming Seminary, Bishop McCort.